Welcome to Linear Equations Level 5. Pause the video now, try the 3 problems on the screen, and I'll go through them with you shortly. You'll find more practice at this level, plus links to the higher levels, as well as other topics, at the end of this video and on the channel homepage. In problem 1, we're solving the equation 3 multiplied by 2t minus 4 minus 4t minus 2 over 3 is equal to 5t. Now to start, I'd like to remove the denominator of the fraction on the left hand side. And since that denominator is dividing the numerator by 3, we can use its inverse, which is to multiply it by 3. Now when we multiply an equation, we need to make sure we multiply everything in that equation. This means that we need to multiply the 5t by 3, and we also need to multiply the bracket on the left hand side by 3. Now if we look at the bracket, this is already being multiplied by 3. So if we times it by 3 again, this is now being multiplied by 9. So we get 9 times 2t minus 4 minus, and from our fraction the times 3 and the divide by 3 cancel out, so this leaves us with 4t minus 2. But since we're subtracting all of that, we need to make sure we put that in a bracket. And we can make it really clear what's happening here by putting a 1 in front of there. So this bracket is being multiplied by minus 1. On the right, 5t multiplied by 3 is 15t. Now since we have brackets on the left hand side, we can expand these. So 9 multiplied by 2t is 18t, and 9 multiplied by minus 4 is minus 36. Minus 1 multiplied by 4t is minus 4t, and minus 1 multiplied by minus 2 is plus 2, or positive 2, and this is equal to 15t. Now staying on the left hand side, we can simplify some of the terms by collecting the like terms together. So we have 18t minus 4t gives us 14t, and minus 36 plus 2 is minus 34, and this is still equal to 15t. Now we have t's on both sides of the equation, so we're going to keep them on the side where we start with the most, which is the right. And this means we need to remove the 14t from the left, so we can subtract 14t from the left and do the same on the right. And on the left, the 14t and the minus 14t become 0, so we're just left with minus 34. And on the right, 15t minus 14t gives us 1t, or just t. So our final answer for problem 1 is t is equal to minus 34. In problem 2, we're solving the equation 2 multiplied by p minus 3 minus p is equal to 5p minus 10. Now on the left hand side we've got brackets within brackets. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the smallest one and work our way outwards. So we have 2 multiplied by p, and in front of that smaller bracket we have a minus 1. So we can expand that bracket. So minus 1 multiplied by 3 is minus 3, and minus 1 multiplied by minus p is plus p. And on the right we still have 5p minus 10. We can now simplify the bracket to give us 2 multiplied by, and p plus p is 2p, and we still have a minus 3 there, and a 5p minus 10 on the right. If we now expand the bracket on the left, we have 2 multiplied by 2p, which is 4p, and 2 multiplied by minus 3, which is minus 6, and that's equal to 5p minus 10. Now we have p's on both sides of the equation, so we're going to keep them on the side where we start with the most, and that's the right hand side. So we're going to eliminate the 4p from the left by subtracting 4p, and do exactly the same on the right. So on the left, 4p minus 4p is 0, so we're just left with minus 6, and on the right, 5p minus 4p is p, and we still have a minus 10 there. Finally, we can remove the minus 10 from the right by adding 10 to both sides. And since minus 6 plus 10 is 4, we get to our final answer, which is p is equal to 4. In problem 3, we're solving the equation 3 multiplied by 2h minus 1 all over 4 plus 2 times h minus 3 is equal to 5h plus 7 all over 2. Now in problems like these, where we have multiple fractions, it really helps to make all the terms over the same denominator. And so at the moment we have our two fractions over 4 and over 2, and the bracket on the left hand side, which isn't currently a fraction, is actually over 1. So we can now multiply these fractions to make denominators the same. And we can see that 1, 2 and 4 are all factors of 4. So the first fraction on the left can stay the same, so 3 times 2h minus 1 all over 4. For the second fraction on the left hand side, to make the denominator 4, we need to multiply it by 4. And this means that we need to also multiply the numerator by 4. So this means that the numerator becomes 2 times 4, which is 8, multiplied by h minus 3, over 1 times 4, which is 4. Similarly, to make the denominator of the fraction on the right into 4, we need to multiply it by 2, so we need to do exactly the same for the numerator. So this becomes 2 multiplied by 5h plus 7, all divided by 2 times 2, which is 4. Now the benefit in making all of these denominators equal to 4 is that we can now multiply everything by 4 and those denominators just disappear because the divide by 4 and the times by 4 are inverses, so they cancel out. So we now have 3 multiplied by 2h minus 1 plus 8 multiplied by h minus 3 is equal to 2 multiplied by 5h plus 7. We can now expand all of these brackets. So 3 multiplied by 2h is 6h, and 3 multiplied by minus 1 is minus 3. 8 multiplied by h is positive 8h, and 8 multiplied by minus 3 is minus 24. And this is equal to 2 multiplied by 5h, which is 10h, and 2 multiplied by 7, which is plus 14. Now on the left hand side, we can simplify by collecting the like terms together. So 6h plus 8h gives us 14h, minus 3 minus 24 is minus 27. And on the right, we still have 10h plus 14. Now we have unknowns on both sides of this equation, so we're going to keep them on the side where we start with the most, which is the left. So we're going to remove the 10h from the right, and we can do this by subtracting 10h. And we do the same on the left. So on the left, 14h minus 10h is 4h, and we have minus 27. And on the right, the 10h and the minus 10h cancel out to leave us with 14. We now need to remove the minus 27 from the left, and we can do this by using its inverse, which is plus 27, and doing the same on the right. So on the left, the minus 27 and the plus 27 cancel out to leave us with 4h. And on the right, 14 plus 27 is 41. Finally, we need to remove the times 4 from in front of the h, and we can do this by dividing by 4 and doing exactly the same on the right. And the times 4 and the divide by 4 on the left cancel out to leave us with h. And on the right, 41 divided by 4 can just be written as 41 over 4. So h equals 41 over 4 is our final answer to problem 3.